Today I want to show you Gears of War 2 running on Xbox Series X. Now there's a reason why I'm showing you this game today, because there's been some rumors suggesting that Gears of War collection is in the works, which could potentially mean better versions of Gears of War games. Which is interesting really, because Gears of War games have been enhanced for Series S and X consoles, like this one for example. Gears of War 2 runs at close to 4K resolution, 60 frames per second, and it looks really good. So today I want to show you the game and discuss whether these remakes, remasters actually make sense on, especially on Xbox, but also PC. So let's look into this. Welcome to Gears of War 2, guys. So, the reason why I want to talk about this game today, and also other Gears of War games, is that there's been some rumors suggesting that Gears of War collection is in the works, right? So, I think that rumor started as part of the Xbox Era podcast, like really months, if not years ago, but you know, back then, a year or 2 years ago, not many people actually believed that would actually happen. But now we're actually getting more and more information about it, like from other sources. And now I don't really know whether these rumors are true or not. What I really want to discuss today is whether the that kind of collection would make sense. So the reason why I'm actually showing you the gameplay of that game on Xbox Series X is because, well, these S and X consoles already, right? Like, as you can see, this game is actually pretty sharp. Well, I would say I think it's not like very close to 4K. It's not full 4K. I think it might be something close to 1800p or something like that, but it looks really sharp. The anti-aliasing X is actually working its magic too, so you know, the edges are sharp and stuff. Obviously this is still an Xbox 360 title because it's running through backwards compatibility, so we are not talking about a native Xbox Series console version. So this is a backwards compatible version, but still it looks really good. Now obviously, you know, the textures are kind of muddy and not of the highest quality, but overall the game holds pretty well, in my opinion, right? So some may say, including myself, or may ask, what's the point of you know, a remake or even a remaster, I guess, right? I mean, a remake would actually make more sense, and I think that's the crucial part in this rumor, you know, because nobody is able to tell us whether that would be a collection of games that have been remade. If we're talking about a remade games, that would actually make more sense, but a remasters, not really, at least not for Xbox owners. However, we still need to remember that PC has been left in the dust, right? So, you know, except Gears of War 4 and 5, and obviously the latest DLC for Gears 5, you cannot really play any other Gears of War game. Actually, sorry, my bad, I forgot about the Ultimate Edition. So, if you remember, you know, you may not remember, who knows, back in like very early days of Xbox One era, Coalition, before they released Gears of War 4, they actually remade, and that's a proper remake. They remade Gears of War, so the first one, right? So it's called Gears of War Ultimate Edition right now, and it's available on PC too. It's not on Steam, but it's available on in Xbox Microsoft Store actually. So I guess this game is there already, and you know, obviously it looks much better even than this one, because you know it's a proper remake. So it's 60 frames per second now on Series X. It runs at 1080p, sure, but it might have been enhanced maybe slightly recently. But you know, the texture work, geometry has been obviously improved. So you know, it looks modern, more modern than the, you know, very first Gears of War game. So I guess if the plan is to really recreate the original games in like a new engine, like Unreal Engine 5, that's the rumor, right? I would say hell yeah to this, right? But if we're talking about like a lazy collection, I mean, I wouldn't be against it, because here's another thing. PC players, except, well, like I said, they cannot play Gears of War 2 and 3, right? So they cannot really enjoy the full, you know, full story campaign and whatever, right? So if they made it into, like, if they actually made it like, you know, because there's been a lot of comparisons to Halo Master Chief Collection. So if they made it like that, but remember, Halo Master Chief Collection comes with remakes of Halo 1 and 2, I believe. And Halo 3 is just slightly enhanced, like very slightly, hardly any difference. Now, obviously, now everything runs at 60 frames per second, everything, but Halo 3 is just pretty much the same game you used to play on Xbox 360, just like with sharper graphics and better frame rate. However, Halo 1 and 2 have been properly remade. Like back in the days, of course, that hasn't been, so they still don't really offer like modern graphics these days, but like Master Chief Collection has been really released a while ago. So like me personally, if you ask me, if they are thinking about remaking these games in like Unreal Engine 5 with better graphics and everything, I would say hell yeah, I would even like buy it and stuff, right? But when it comes to like just a simple collection of games that are already available, maybe made for PC, I mean, yeah, I mean that would be actually a good way to introduce Gears of War again for PC players. So, like I said before, I wouldn't really be against it, but let's cut him into the pieces. But like I said, from console's perspective, I guess I would rather see a proper remake rather than remaster, right? Because look at this game. This is Gears of War 2 on Xbox Series X, very close to 4K resolution, 60 frames per second smooth. Now obviously the texture work is not that great anymore, because this is still the Xbox 360 title, and anti-aliasing actually looks much better, I guess, but I guess it's down to higher resolution too, I guess. So yeah, by the way guys, if you haven't played these games just yet, or you want to replay them right now, I would go with Gears of War Ultimate Edition, then Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3, obviously. There's still the Judgment, but Judgment, I mean, it got FPS boost, so it's 60 frames per second, but the graphics is still pretty much the same. However, Judgment still looks good, because Judgment was actually one of the last games to be made for Xbox 360. So it really, even, you know, especially by Xbox 360 standards, the game looks really good, and it actually still looks good to this day. It's 720p, but it's actually not too bad. So, you know, backwards compatibility program on Xbox is just kind of amazing, to be honest with you. It's really nice to be able to replay these classics and everything, right? So yeah, guys, so this is Gears of War 2 running on Xbox Series X in, well, close to 4K, 60 frames per second, smooth 60 frames per second, may I add. And yeah, it's great. You know, the controls and everything, I mean, you know, they are smooth and, you know, nice and everything. They, you know, these games actually did age well, especially with these enhancements, right? Okay, let's take this route. So yeah, it's obviously Gears 2 is more action-packed than the first one. It's not as dark, and that's a shame, actually, if I may add, because I really enjoyed the first one for more like survival kind of mechanics. I mean, not really mechanics, but it was more like slower pace. It was like more horror-like, if you know what I mean. There were these sections where you had to avoid these krill, I think it was called, these kind of bat-like kind of creatures that would kill you in 2 seconds if you got exposed to them. So it was like, it wasn't just a shooter, right? So I would, you know, with Gears 6, I would really love them to actually go to that more, you know, more horror-like aesthetic, I guess, and you know, gameplay mechanics were pretty much the same as this one, but this one is more action-packed, while the other one, I don't want to say it was more like a survivor kind of game, because it wasn't, you know, there's no, but you had to, you know, stick to the light and everything, you had to be really careful, and yeah, it was like, I guess, more fun in some places, more challenging, I guess, as well. So yeah, guys, so listen, that's the second game. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, these games are really cheap, you know, right now. You can buy them for like $3-4. These games are also included in the Xbox Game Pass. You can play them on Xbox, of course. You can't get them on PC. I mean, except Gears of War Ultimate Edition and Gears 4 and 5, right? So anyway, guys, that's the game, that's the video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about Gears of War Collection. Would you like to see this? When do you think it's coming? Because it does look like it's coming, and like I said, hopefully it will be based on Unreal Engine 5 engine, and will be massively improved when it comes to graphics. So really looking forward to it. So anyway, guys, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.
What'd you find?